What's going on, guys? Don Russo from Nerdy Music. We're a bunch of nerds that love music. Before we do anything, make sure you like and subscribe. Today, we're going to be talking about a song from the video game Werewolf, the Apocalypse, Earthblood. This song is by a band called Alien Weaponry, and it's called Tangata. What I'm going to do is break it down to the four main riffs that are in the song, and then afterwards, I'll explain. So we're going to get started on the playing, so check it out, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's talk about the first riff. Essentially, it's just going to be palm muting. And if you don't know what palm muting is, that's where you take the heel of your palm and rest it on the saddles at the back side of your guitar over here. And then you just make a little muted sound like that. Be careful when you're palm muting not to come too far this way because it'll kill the sound. And if you go too far this way, it'll be too open. So you want to be just past open like that. So the first riff. The most important part, I think, to learn about this riff is this little bend that it does right here. That's kind of awkward. So what you're doing is you're basically bending the first fret. Then you're playing it without the bend. So. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward riff, so just follow the tabs. So the second two riffs are very straightforward. Just the second one, riff B, you're just playing open strings like that. I'm just putting your finger across these three strings on the first fret here. This song is in drop C sharp, so that's something that you should know. If you know how to go to drop D, basically take drop D down a half step. What you want to do is tune all your strings down a half step and then tune your low E string down to a C sharp. And so we call this drop C sharp or drop D flat, if you will. So all the power chords that you play, normally like this, will be done with one finger. Riff C is very similar. It's just another basically just open power chords. It's the same two power chords that we were doing in riff B, but just a different rhythm. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward as well. Riff D is the riff that I really wanted to focus on, the reason that I really wanted to do an explanation or tutorial in the song at all. It involves what is called a pinch harmonic. A lot of people, especially my students, are like, what is a pinch harmonic? How do you do it well? Essentially, if you don't know what a harmonic is, let's talk about that first. There are some natural sounds that are made at certain distances on your guitar. So like, for example, the 12th fret is the most popular place to do a harmonic. So if you want to do a natural harmonic, you go right on top of the fret wire. A lot of people mistakenly go in the middle of the fret, but it's actually right above the fret wire. So this would be where you would press if the guitar didn't have frets, much like a violin presses in the appropriate place when they play their instrument to get the right intonation. So we're going to go here and just lightly touch here and just go straight down. And you get some nice, and so instead of this, you get these sounds that are an octave higher. There's some really popular harmonics. 7th fret is another great place to get a good solid natural harmonic. And the 5th fret. And then it gets harder as you get to like 9. They get harder and harder in different positions. And some places, like on the low E string, you can hear it has like a bunch of, like a nice spectrum of sounds and harmonics all the way across here. I really don't want to get into like the theory about that, but that's what a natural harmonic is. An artificial harmonic is when you create that a different way. So for example, if I were to go here to the 10th fret, there's no harmonic there naturally when I'm pushing here. So what I have to do is create that harmonic with my right hand. So what I'm going to do is go basically like an octave above. For example, in this case, I could go from 10 to 20, 22, and that would be an octave above this note, and there should be a nice harmonic right there. There's also going to be one like 7 frets up from there. The one they use in this song is actually, if you've got 3 pickups like me, it's going to be just past your middle pickup right here. So if I were to move this note down, that point would move down with it. But you got to be careful because the notes, the frets are wider and they get more and more narrow, and they get really skinny down in here, like as the waveforms get shorter and shorter, right? Whenever you're doing this particular song, you're going to go just past the middle pickup right here. And if you're not sure where it is on your guitar, you can kind of like play around and find where it is. Now, to make the actual artificial harmonic sound, what you're going to do is you're going to actually hit the string, right? And then your thumb is going to lightly graze the string right afterwards. So like as I hit the string, my thumb is actually going to lightly touch the string right afterwards. So instead of this sound, I'm going to get, like I said, you can kind of move around. You can hear all those different sounds we got in there, right? Those are just different harmonics. But the one they're doing is right here. So this riff, sorry, helps if you do the right fret. So instead of this, which is like an octave lower, right? A couple octaves lower. You're gonna grab this harmonic right here and just bend it a little bit. This last part's pretty cool. So it's kind of like your traditional power chord part, but I'm just doing like 3 and 5 together. So it looks like a power chord, but since this is tuned down a whole step, it's actually doing what is called like a 6th interval. I'm just sliding up to the 4th fret and back down to the 1st fret. So, I did it again. And that's pretty much it. So let us know what you thought about today's video, and let us know what you want to see more of. Again, my name's Don Russo from Nerdy Music, and I'll see you next time.